Yeah, there. Today I'm going to show you how to set up continuous integration on your public iOS project on the GitHub. And first of all, let's take a look on the state of this demo project, which I have just created. So basically, it is the template project, which is used by the Xcode for all the new projects built with the UI kit today in February 2026. It is buildable, even if I have modified it a little bit by creating this multiplier class with one static method, which just used to multiply two integers. Also, I have covered this multiplier with some tests. They do pass, as you would see. So basically, these tests check that two positive numbers or positive and negative numbers could be safely multiplied using this code. So we have the tests, and I would like the continuous integration on the GitHub to use them. But before that, let's check the pricing on the GitHub for today. So under the free tier option, we have only 2000 minutes of CI/CD and only for the free public repositories. Also, under the free tier, you could set up some useful rules for your repository. Unfortunately, all this stuff is not available for the private repositories. So if you would like to keep your project private, probably you would need to move to team or even enterprise subscriptions. But this video is all about the public iOS projects. All right, so now let's do something stupid with our code. How about we are going to create our own implementation of the multiplier, like we are going to create the result variable, then in the loop we are going to add a b times and return the result as the result of the method. So if you try to run the check for two positive values, then this test is going to pass. But for positive and negative numbers, it is going to fail. Yeah. So it is a broken state. And let's try to commit and, well, merge it to our main branch in the repository. So first we are going to stage all our changes, and then we are going to create a commit, something like failed state. All right, it is there. So the first line of protection for your repository is actually to set some rules so that this commit couldn't be pushed directly to the main. Let's check how it could be done. So for that, we are going to the settings, and over here we would go to the branches. And here we could set up the branch rule set. So we are clicking this button, and let's name it something like protection or protect main branch. Right? So it is going to be active, and it's going to affect only the default branch. Over here, we are going to set up that, well, we are going to restrict the deletions in main. We are going to block for pushes, and also we are going to require pull requests to be done for merging. Here you can also set up additional stuff like required approvals numbers, requires conversation, and so on. But for now, we are going to just keep it simple. All right, I'm going to create this rule, and let's check that it is activated in our rules set. So over here, you can see the list of the all rule sets on this repo, and I have just activated the protect main branch. So now let's try to just push our commit to the main branch. But first let's check that we are on the main branch. Yep. Let's do the push. And as you can see, it has failed because the push was declined due to repository rule violations. All right, so now what can we do to still merge this broken code to the main branch? We can create a pull request, of course. So let's first create a new branch. So it's going to be named something like failed branch. Let's then check out to this. Cool, and let's push it to our repo. Of course, we are going to use the setup stream. And it is there. Let's check it using the browser. Yeah, so we can create this pull request. Let's not modify anything. And it is there. The problem is that, well, actually the merge pull request button is active, which basically means that even if I would set up some approvals from other devs, if they would miss something, well, this broken code could be merged to the main branch, even if we have the unit tests in our project. So I would like the GitHub CI to run these tests, and for that they should also build our project first, and only then let the developer to merge this pull request. So for that we are going to use the GitHub Actions, which configuration is actually part of your repository. So first let's actually disable the rule set which we have just created. So we again going to the settings and rules. So we are going to disable this protect main branch rule to make the changes. So yes, so as you can see now it is disabled, and now we would go to the actions. And here we are going to create a new GitHub action using one of the GitHub templates. How about this? iOS by GitHub Actions. Build and test an iOS application using Xcode build and any available iPhone simulator. So let's click on this. As you can see, it's going to create a new file in .github workflows directory named ios.yml. So basically, this is the action which is going to be executed on any push or pull request to the main branch. It's going to check out to the pull request branch. It's going to set the default scheme, build your project, and then run the tests. All right, so let's commit these changes. Something like, yes, add a starter workflow for build and test. All right, it is there. Let's check. It is in our project. Yeah. And also you can see that something is pending. Well, basically our action is executed right now on main. So we could click on a few buttons and observe what is happening with this action. So let's wait for the results. All right. So as you can see, the build was successful as well as the tests. The multiplier tests were executed and they were passed. Also, please be aware that currently GitHub by default is using Xcode 16.4 and iPhone 16 with OS 26.2. Maybe this environment is not correct for your exact project and you would need additional tuning. Anyway, let's now enable this job to be executed for all our pull requests. For that, we again are going to check for our rule set over here. So let's enable it first. And also we are going to require the status check to pass. And over here we need to find the state of the job. So our job is named as the build and test default scheme using any available iPhone simulator. So we are going to enable it. All right. And now we are going to save these changes. Let's go to the pull request. So as you can see now, the merge pull request button is disabled. It's all because, well, the CI is waiting for the build and test default scheme using any available iPhone simulator to succeed. This action is not executed right now. We could either rerun it or we could create a new pull request because it's going to be executed on all the new requests. I would suggest actually to create a new one. So let's go to the pull request. We are going to mark this one as closed, right? And now we are going to just create a new one using our failed branch. So nothing to change here. Now, nothing to comment, nothing to change. As you can see at the moment, the workflow is, it was just a moment in the suspended state, and now it is running. And we could actually observe its state over here in actions, in our failed state over here. So let's wait a little bit more to check how it's going to affect the pull request. All right, as you can see, the build was successful. However, the tests failed, and this is exactly the state which we were expecting, right? Now let's go back to our pull request and actually check what is going on with that. So the failed state, as you can see, it cannot be merged because all checks have failed, one failed check. And this is exactly what we were looking for. And this is how you could protect your repo from this failed state code using the continuous integration. And that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, then feel free to put them to the comment section below. Also, you would be able to find the link to this exact repo in the description of this video. And see you next time. Cheers!